Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Michael, and as always, we're going to be getting into some more stories. If you enjoy, make sure to leave a like, and if you're new, I'd appreciate if you subscribed. Without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a user named ElectronicBar84 in the AITA subreddit. The post is titled, "I congratulated my now ex-boyfriend and my coworker on their pregnancy." Side note, my ex, our coworker, and I were all supervisors at the same company. His sister reports to our coworker. They're all on first shift, I am on second shift. I, 28, Asian female, found out that my boyfriend, 31, Hispanic male of 3 years, cheated on me with one of our coworkers, and his sister had a part in it. Last week on Friday, I was at work at my desk when my very nosy lead came up to me, whispering and asking if I was okay. I was confused. She then pulled up her phone and asked if I had broken up with my now ex-boyfriend because she had screenshotted an Instagram post that was made over the weekend by one of my coworkers, the person he cheated with. I do not have social media, so I told my nosy lead to show it to me, and there it was, a picture of my coworker kissing my now ex-boyfriend for the world to see. On Saturday, I told him we needed to talk, so I went over to his house. On my way there, the same nosy lead sent me a screenshot of a post made by my coworker saying she was about 2 months pregnant. I called and asked him to explain himself while I was nearing his house, and he just stayed quiet. He refused to come out or see me when I arrived, so we basically talked on the phone the whole time I was there. After I sent him the screenshots without telling him who sent them, he finally said that things happened and he got close to our coworker after his sister started inviting her to the house. He then confessed that he started dating her 2 months ago, the day before his mom's 50th birthday. He had invited her to the party but told his sister to tell me that she was the one who invited the coworker. He also told her to dress in gold, his favorite color, when the theme was hot pink, which everyone else was wearing except her. On the day of his mom's birthday, he spent the whole night drinking, talking, and dancing with his sister and our coworker because they claimed they didn't want her to feel left out, while I was with the rest of his family. His cousin invited me to dance since my ex was dancing with our coworker, when suddenly my ex pulled me to the side and was upset that I was dancing with his cousin. I told him I should be the one who was upset with how he had been acting all night, but I didn't want to make a scene out of respect for his mom. I ended up saying goodbye to his mom and said I wasn't feeling too well, so I left. That was when the cheaters decided they were going to go upstairs and make a baby on the night of his mom's 50th birthday while everyone was celebrating downstairs. Mind you, he told me all this over the phone. After some time, his sister came down and said he had asked her to tell me to go back home for the day. I yelled at her for helping her brother lie to me for the past 2 months. Her response was that she didn't feel like I was good enough for her brother because I didn't speak Spanish. Yes, Spanish. And she liked my coworker because she was Hispanic and wanted her to date her brother, my now ex-boyfriend, so she set them up. After everything that I have done for them and her kids, helping her daughter get through speech therapy, watching her kids while she goes out to party, and helping their mom run errands, it still wasn't good enough because I didn't speak Spanish. His mom came out to ask what was going on. I told her I came to say goodbye and that her son was a dog and a piece of crap, and that he could do the explaining to her, but I was done. She cried, telling me not to go and that whatever he did to hurt me, he would get back and asked me to stay. I told her he would get what he deserved, but I was done with her son. I remained professional as best as I could all week when our shifts overlapped at work. I even congratulated them on their pregnancy in front of everyone. He called me, which I picked up, and asked where he stood in our relationship so he could make a decision and whether I could not make a scene or make things awkward at work for them. I responded that there was no place for him to stand when there was no relationship, and that his decision was already made when he decided to sleep with another woman and impregnate her. I didn't make things awkward, what they did affected them, not me. This week, his sister ended up quitting after she got into an argument with another supervisor. Then Friday came back around today, and I received some more good news. The company ended up firing him because of a DUI. He now has 2 DUIs. Update. Hello everyone, thanks for all your comments on my original post. Here is an update on what has happened so far, and I am hoping it ends soon. Since my ex-boyfriend has been fired, my phone has been ringing non-stop, with constant messages coming in. I ended up blocking his number. At work, my coworker has reported me to HR for harassment. My manager, who has been on PTO for the past 2 weeks, spoke with me throughout the past week and asked what happened. I told my manager I haven't done or said anything to my coworker except congratulations on her pregnancy and hello, as a fellow coworker would. I told HR to provide proof that I was talking about her or making her uncomfortable and that they could ask associates or other management members if I had said anything about her. I also told them to ask her to explain exactly why she felt I was harassing her and on what grounds. Apparently, associates and management have been talking about her pregnancy and how my ex-boyfriend cheated on me and is the baby's father. She is saying that I told everyone about it. She needs to realize that the only reason everyone knows is because she purposely posted it on Instagram for the world to see, both her and my ex-boyfriend's scandalous relationship and the announcement of her pregnancy. It has been confirmed by HR after speaking with management and associates that I have not said anything to my coworker except on that day when everyone congratulated her on her pregnancy. They also confirmed that I didn't say anything to anyone about my cheating ex-boyfriend and co-worker and that everyone found out through her Instagram post. They said they would talk to her and handle the situation, but for the time being I am to keep my distance, which is fine with me. I'm not sure how they will handle this situation, but I'll wait and see what happens. Now, over the weekend, I went over to their house to get my stuff after confirming with his mom that he was not home. She agreed to help pack my things so I could just go in and out. She had the garage open and was finishing up packing, so I went to help her finish. As we were finishing, he pulled up in the driveway, so I grabbed the last of what I could and told his mom I was leaving. I rushed to my car, but he stopped me and said he wanted to talk. There was nothing to talk about. His mom told him to let me leave. She walked over to pull him aside, but he brushed her off. He wouldn't let me leave until we talked. He kept saying to listen to him, that he needed to talk to me. At this point, I was just over it. I responded, "What is there to talk about? The day I came over here and asked you to explain what happened, you couldn't even come outside and tell me. Not even for a second did I see your face. I gave you a chance to come out and explain yourself, but you threw that chance away. You only spoke with me over the phone, and not once did you even apologize for cheating on me. You couldn't even come out to face me, so you sent your sister to tell me to leave, and that already explains what you are not. You're not a man, you can't even own up to your wrongdoing. Now that you want to talk, I don't have to listen since there is nothing between the two of us." I pushed past him, placed the box in my trunk, and went to get in the driver's seat. He was still insisting that I talk to him. He then said he was sorry, he didn't know what he was thinking, it was all a mistake, and that he still loves me and wouldn't be with her if she weren't pregnant. His mom told him, "Cheating is not a mistake. You did it because you wanted to do it. Your love was not sincere. You wanted someone else. You did the act, so now you suffer the consequences." I told him, even if she wasn't pregnant, you still cheated. For that alone, I would still leave. She pulled him away and waved me off as I left. Since I have his number blocked, he was using his mom's phone to call me, but I hung up once I realized it was him. She then sent me a text message asking me to block her number. Honestly, I feel horrible that his mom had to witness all this. She was such a lovely person. She cared for me as if I were her daughter. I really do wish the best for her and her grandkids, but I hope my ex-boyfriend, his sister, and my coworker get all of the karma they deserve. This is such a pitiful story. The boyfriend's entire side of the situation is pretty despicable. Not only was the situation involving the sister trying to end OP's relationship for her own interests just sad, but the boyfriend's demeanor was as well. Cheating is already completely messed up, but ending your original relationship and then begging for her back is just laughable. This next story was made in the same subreddit by a user named SignificantRun18. The post is titled, "I'm not paying for my friend's dinner when she called me a P." I, 29F, moved into my current apartment 2 years ago. We have an elderly neighbor in her late 70s who mostly keeps to herself. She gets her groceries and medications delivered every week, but the newspaper delivery boy only drops the paper on the ground floor. Before I moved in, she used to pay some neighborhood kids to bring it up to her, but they moved away shortly after I arrived. So I started bringing her the paper every day. I usually ring the bell and leave it at her door, but when the door is already open, we sometimes have a little chat. She often insists I come in for coffee and always thanks me warmly. I noticed her apartment is filled with pictures of her grandson. probably more than 20. To be honest, I thought he was the cutest baby I'd ever seen. The photos ranged from his baby days to what looked like his 21st birthday. I assumed he was around that age, but never asked, and she never mentioned it. About a year after I moved in, I saw an incredibly attractive guy in our building. I was about 70% sure it was the same kid from the pictures, though he looked older than I expected. When he introduced himself, I found out I was right. We started talking whenever he visited his grandmother, and soon we began dating. We've been together for 8 months now. He's met my parents and everything has been going well. Last week, I wanted him to meet my college friends and my twin sister, who's currently in town. We all went out to dinner. Although it wasn't explicitly discussed, it was kind of assumed that I would cover the bill. Usually, when someone introduces their boyfriend to the group, the couple pays. The dinner went really well. My friends, a group of 4, and my sister all seemed genuinely happy for us. I was sharing the story of how I met him and his grandmother. At some point, my boyfriend stepped away to take a call. That's when my friend Sarah suddenly called me a P. I was honestly shocked. When I asked her if she was serious, she just said, "I know a P when I see one." I was so disturbed by her words that I excused myself. I paid the bill except for Sarah and left with my boyfriend. Later, she messaged me saying that besides being a P, I'm also petty and cheap. It really hurt. I absolutely despise abusers, especially child abusers, so being called something like that has taken a serious emotional toll on me. I'm disgusted by her and the whole situation. What's been bothering me even more is that Sarah was abused by a family member as a child, so now I keep questioning myself. Did I do something wrong? My sister and 2 of my friends are standing by me. Another friend said she doesn't think I'm a P, but she finds it a bit creepy that I saw him as a baby before we met. My boyfriend, 30M, actually found it funny at first, but after seeing how upset I've been, he's been reassuring me and telling me it's not weird at all. I don't know what to do. I know I'm not a P, but it's been really upsetting to be seen as one by someone I once trusted. Update. My boyfriend and I went on a short trip after the incident, and my friend Sarah contacted my boyfriend and rambled about how our relationship is not appropriate. She also called me names when she saw our photos from the trip on my boyfriend's profile. We blocked her and our other friend who supported Sarah. Life has been good. I don't know what they have been up to, but I sometimes miss them. Unrelated topic, but remember my boyfriend's grandmother? We threw a surprise birthday party for her a few weeks back, and we took so many photos with her. She framed one photo of my boyfriend and me with her in her house, which is so freaking sweet. Also, I don't have a twin sister. I just wanted to alter some details for privacy, and I've seen so many people use a twin sister in a Reddit story. So the sister in my previous post is my older sister. I really appreciate everyone's advice. The friend is such a weird individual. Even as a joke, that is such a strange and out-of-pocket comment that isn't funny at all. Initially, I thought this was simply a joke, but the continued harassment from the friend makes me think that OP needs to get her out of her life immediately. I'm glad that neither OP nor her boyfriend allowed this toxic person to come between them and that they were able to cut her off. Usually, when people make baseless remarks like this, it comes from a place of insecurity, jealousy, or self-projection.